The following graph gives information about how tomatoes come to consumers. The steps include a tomato tree, transportation, filtering, packaging. According to this graph, the first step is the tomato tree, which grows many tomatoes on the branches. What's more, the second step is to transport tomatoes by a blue truck. You can see from this graph that the third step is to filter bad tomatoes out on a conveyor belt, followed by a crate full of good tomatoes as the fourth step. The final step is to fill the shopping cart with the good tomatoes for consumers. To sum up, this graph tells about how tomato is processed.
The following graph gives information about Litchfield population. The horizontal axis is the years, ranging from 1901 to 2011. According to this graph, in the year of 1911, the value is around 8,000. What's more, in the year of 1941, it is around 10,000. The highest point is around 32,500, which is in 2011. On the contrary, the lowest one is 7,000, and it is in 1901. In conclusion, if this trend continues, the Litchfield population will keep rising in the future.
The following graph gives information about the age group. The items include female and male. According to this graph, in 80+, the value of female age is around 0.4%. What's more, the highest percentage of female age is in 1 to 15, which is 15.5%. Finally, male age accounts for the lowest percentage, 0.8%. In conclusion, female and male have the almost same percentage in any age group.
The following graph gives information about compositions of air. The items include oxygen, nitrogen, and other gases. You can see from this graph that in oxygen, the percentage is around 20%. What's more, in other gases, the value is around 1%, which is lower. Also, nitrogen accounts around 79%, whose percentage is the highest. The graph also shows that in oxygen, the color is pink, and other gases include carbon dioxide, argon, and water vapor. To sum up, this graph tells about the compositions of air.
The following graph gives information about a floor plan. The items include a main hall, an office, a kitchen, and toilets. You can see from this graph that there is a main hall in the upper area of the plan. What's more, toilets for males and females are on the right of the plan. According to this graph, another toilet for the handicapped is located in the bottom right corner with a sign of wheelchair. Also, a kitchen lies in the bottom left corner, and an office sits in the middle of the plan. To sum up, the graph tells about how the rooms are arranged.
The following picture gives information about shopping in a stationery store. In the left half of the picture, we can see a white woman in pink sweater with her daughter in the arms. The mother and the daughter look at each other with smiles in their faces, and the daughter holds a new bag in the hand. In the right half of the picture, the daughter carries the bag on the back. Also, she holds 6 colorful pencils in the hands in front of the chest. To sum up, this picture tells about how the two shop for stationery.
The following graph gives information about renewable energy. The items include heating and cooling, transport and power. You can see from this graph that there are two thermometers in heating and cooling, which is 51% with 10% renewable energy in it. What's more, a ship and a plane are in transport, and they account for 32% of energy with 3% of renewable energy in them. Also, a plug-in power takes up 17%, and 26% of renewable energy is in it. Finally, 3 arrows are shown in the 3 sectors, indicating the trends of renewable energy. To sum up, this graph tells about London's expected energy target in 2030. The following graph gives information about Internet users who access the Internet via mobile phones. The items include 16 to 24, 55 to 64, and 65 plus. You can see from this graph that in 45 to 54, the value is around 32%. What's more, in 35 to 44, the number is around 50, which is higher. Also, in 16 to 24, it's 70%, the highest percentage. Finally, the lowest percentage comes in 65 plus, around 8%. To sum up, this graph tells about Internet users with mobile phones.
The following graph gives information about how a ship lock works. The items include a ship lock, a ship, dams, and pipes under the bottom. You can see from this graph that the first step is that the upstream gate opens and the ship goes into the lock. What's more, in the second step, the upstream gate closes and the water level evens. Finally, the downstream gate opens and the ship moves out of the lock. To sum up, this graph tells about the function of a ship lock.
The following graph gives information about minimal ice thickness guidelines. The items include an adult, a kid, a car, and a truck. You can see from this graph that in the kid, the ice thickness is around 4 inches. What's more, in the sled, the value is around 5 to 7 inches, which is higher. Also, the green truck has the ice thickness of 12 to 15 inches, the highest one. Finally, the adult drops into water. To sum up, this graph tells about minimal ice thickness.